Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. My name is Ash. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, then welcome back. The kids are here in the room with me, so I'm sorry if you hear all of this noise. I rearranged my room and everything, so my background obviously looks different. I'm still kind of like playing with whatever is going to be behind me. So right here in front of me, like right here is my vanity. So this is my table, this is everything. And so I'm like sitting here about to do my makeup. I haven't done a full face in probably, I want to say like maybe 3 weeks or longer. I really missed you guys. I moved my room around. It looks absolutely beautiful. I recorded it, so that's something that you guys, you know, I'm really excited to show you guys. I've never done anything like that. I don't really like record things that I do like that. So I'm really, really sorry, but I'm starting and I'm doing better. So yeah, I rearranged my whole beauty room. My best friend came over and she helped me move everything. She loves moving stuff, so I was really excited to have her help. She was more excited to do it than I was. Honestly, to tell you the truth. So you'll meet her in the video. You'll see her. I absolutely love her. We have been best friends for like 14 years. Her son was 6 months old and he is literally a teenager now. So it's crazy to like look back and think of how long we've been friends, you know what I mean? So, and it's a crazy story how we became friends. So we're going to do a story time because she was literally the other woman, okay? And now she's my best friend. So yeah. Anyways, it's besides the point. So in this video here, I'm going to be kind of like getting ready and, you know, kind of updating you guys, letting you guys know, there's been scary ass shit happening in my house. Okay. So like, I wanted to kind of let you guys know what has happened recently. Like, this is by far the scariest, I would say, in my opinion, as far as things that have happened in this home with us in regards to spirits, whatever the fuck you want to refer to them as, you know what I'm saying? So that's what this whole video is about, okay? I'm gonna let you guys know, like, just the scary shit that has happened from the time that we've moved in up until now. But this last recent thing that happened freaked me out so bad. I was in tears, I was crying, I was shaking. Like, I've literally been avoiding mirrors, avoiding cameras, avoiding you, avoiding me, avoiding everything. Like, I feel like I've been removed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I questioned my sanity. I literally have just not been the same ever since, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like finding my way back to just reality and life and me and like pulling it together, okay? Because I was like gone. I literally went all the way fucking left recently, okay? So I'm gonna explain that to you here. So if you're interested, go ahead and keep watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for more videos if you're new here, obviously, because you haven't, you know. So anyways, let's get into it, okay? All right, so why is this? Maybe it was me. I don't know. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in because this is crazy. Get out! Get out!
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why you're in here, but get the fuck out. You're not welcome. Get out. Yes, thank you. Hello. Oh my God. You guys, I was literally out of focus. Did you see that? Like, it was focused on something that was right here. And Ashton just opened the door. I just told him to open the door. But dude, like, up until I literally just said get out and went like this, like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm so over this right now, you guys. Okay, when we first moved into this apartment, or this condo, this is a condo, right? So we've been here, this is ongoing like our 3rd year, right? So, basically, we had lived in an apartment on the other side of the freeway with my mom, right? I got pregnant, had my son. We stayed with my mom for a bit. After, you know, the lease and everything was gonna be up over at that place, my mom was like, hey, so we're gonna move to Arizona and, you know, what are you guys gonna do? So we're like, oh shit, well, we're not trying to live in Arizona, so let's figure out what we're gonna do so that way we could, you know, find our place. So we ended up looking up like privately owned places. I had filed for bankruptcy a couple years ago, and the only people who would quote unquote like work with us in regards to my bankruptcy was like this lady that we're renting from now. So since then, obviously, like, I've got my shit together and like things are cool. But anyways, so we moved into this condo. We were super, super grateful because, you know, we didn't think that we'd find anything else. So now we've been here for about 3 years. So the first year we were here, Ashton was only a couple months. He turned one, after we lived here, so we moved in right before the pandemic hit in like 2020, right? So at the end of this lease, we would be here 3 years. That's what I mean. So the first year we moved here, like I said, Ashton was maybe like 5 or 6 months. No, 9. I think it was like 8 or 9 months, right? So he wasn't walking yet. He was crawling. He was very curious. I think he was saying very little words, whatever. But, you know, they say you can tell, or like children and animals are able to see things. And, you know, that obviously like we can't, right? So there'd been a couple times where when we first moved in, we would close the door to the bathroom, one of the bathrooms, like the closet or something. We would close some kind of a door. Randomly, it would open back up, right? So at first we're like, maybe we didn't close it all the way, or like maybe, you know, whatever you would think to try to tell yourself it's not what you think it is, or it is what you think it is, but you don't want to acknowledge that it is what you think it is. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like when people cheat. You see it, you feel it, you know it, but then you're kind of like, maybe it's just me. But anyways, so little things like that started happening, but then I started paying attention. Like, no, I heard the door click. I knew that I closed the door. Now, that was very, very minimal. That was one of the just tiniest things, but it was something that was noticeable nonetheless. So I started to kind of pay attention to that, and it was really not very serious at first. Okay, so then there was a couple times where we started hearing noises. So I feel like I would hear somebody, not necessarily like knocking, but I mean just somebody who's like picking stuff up, putting stuff down, moving stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like little noises here and there. And it's just like, okay, well, what the hell was that? You know, and then there was plenty of times where I'm like looking at Keon and I'm like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? You know, and he'd be like, yeah, I heard that. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is weird, right? You know, noises don't necessarily freak me out, right? It's mainly like things that I can actually see. So, like, I remember when my sister got engaged a couple years ago, she had taken us to do like a sip and paint. So I have this painting that's hanging in the wall that's like way off the wall that Ashton can't hit, like nobody can smack it or anything, right? So I remember I heard it fall in the hallway one day and I'm like, that's weird, you know? So then obviously like I went and I checked, and sure enough, like it was on the floor, it had hit the floor, and it was just laying there. And I'm like, okay, well, it's way too high for Ashton to have smacked it off the wall. Even if Ashton was like playing along the wall, putting his car against the wall, doing whatever, smacking, banging the wall, it wasn't enough for it to just come off. You know what I'm saying? There's like a whole lip on the back of the painting to where you would have to literally pull it off or like smack it, actually smack it. And I know that my son was not tall enough and able to do that, but sure enough, it was on the floor and we were not in the hallway when this happened. So that was like the first real like, what the fuck? Because why did it just come off the wall? You know what I'm saying? Don't play with that, please. Like, that freaked me out. Okay, so that was something I could see, something I heard, and something that I knew had nothing to do with us at that moment, right? So that was like really, really awkward. Well, there's been plenty of times where I've been inside of the bathroom, like taking a shower, and I remember I posted this on my Facebook page one time, and like some people were laughing like, yo, that's not really like scary, that's actually kind of funny. I'm like, that's great, I'm glad like it entertains you guys, but it freaked me the fuck out when it happened. But anyways, I was in the shower and like, you know, I'm literally minding my business, taking my shower, and then all of a sudden like the shower doors just start opening, like somebody's watching me take a shower, or somebody's trying to like get into the shower with me type shit, you know what I mean? And so obviously like I think that's scary if I'm not bumping the doors, I'm not like doing anything to have them react that way, is what I'm getting at. So even to this day, this still happens, but I'm just not as freaked out with the shower doors anymore. Now I'm just like, dude, let me take my shower, get the fuck out, you know? But yeah, before it was something that really, really freaked me out. I did not like that shit because I'm like, you know, I'm so vulnerable. I'm like butt ass naked in the shower and somebody's looking at me and I can't see who it is. You know what I mean? So that like freaks me out. But I'm sure like obviously some people might have a different explanation or think that it might be something different, and that's fine. But for me, in my opinion, that's what I felt. That's what it appeared to be to me. So that's what I'm rolling with because I feel like I know what the fuck I'm experiencing, right? So anyways, ooh, I haven't had eyebrows in weeks, bitch. Ooh. Anyways, so, yeah, I like, it's not a big deal, I know, but it really bothered me to just randomly out of nowhere, the bathroom doors just start, the shower doors start opening. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really made me uncomfortable. I did not like that at all. So, then, it's like dripping down my back. So yeah, like I just didn't like it at all, right? So I'm gonna start prepping my skin after I outline my brows. But anyway, so after, you know, the little couple shower scenes and everything, like I said, is we were still hearing like noises and whatever, like bumps in the night. But stuff like that wasn't really freaking me out. Like I said, is I'm somebody who, if I see that shit, if I like literally am watching something levitate or whatever, like it's really hard to argue with something like that. Honestly, it really is. So, I haven't really had to deal with that though, so thank you, Lord. But anyways, so yeah, that was kind of intense for me. But then Ashton, I don't know, you can see them, I would see him like looking and smiling. So obviously it wasn't anything that was like scary to him, that was threatening my son's safety, that was freaking him out or whatever, you know. So I was really, really grateful that it wasn't anything like that, because that would have probably scared the living shit out of me and we would not be in this condo. Obviously we would have probably moved out, you know. So after a while of me like noticing, I started to tell Keon, like, so you see that he's like talking to someone, right? Like you see that he's like literally interacting and engaging with somebody that we are literally physically unable to see. Like it was obvious at that point because, you know, he's looking like smiling, like as if somebody's like you guys would never know if somebody was standing right here on the side of my table and I'm just like, yeah, you know, and then you're gonna assume that I'm like looking at somebody like smiling, like they said something that you guys can't hear off camera or you guys can't hear on camera and stuff, and obviously you would think somebody's right here, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting at. That's what he would be doing. So I don't know, I just, dude, I didn't like that. I would have to say that that is something I really don't like. I've always watched scary movies, and the ones that freak me out the most are the ones that have like the little kids, where the little kids are evil or they're possessed, or like they're the ones that are seeing everything or things are happening. Like, you know, in The Conjuring, the stuff was happening to the daughters. Specifically, like one of the younger daughters, like the second born, maybe she was the second or the third born. I think she had 2 older sisters and 2 younger sisters, so she was the middle child. But she was the one that was being targeted the most, you know? So, or the most targeted, I should say. So that was something that really bothered me. But that's what I'm getting at, is they, you know, the kids are more susceptible or more able to deal or see, interact, notice, feel, whatever the words would be, but they're more susceptible than we are, right? So sitting here watching my son, you know, play with his imaginary friend and whatever the fuck he was doing, like that was something that didn't sit right with me. And to this day, he is still doing that every so often. And now he speaks though. Now Ashton, you know, he speaks full sentences and he talks like crazy. So whatever he says, now I clearly understand him, and I'm like, whoa, hey, like who are you talking to? What's going on? Like this is, what's up, Ashton? So, anyways, but yeah, so I would see a lot of him, talking or like, you know, looking at somebody and just having some kind of an interaction. And it seemed harmless, obviously, but up until it's not, you never know. You know what I mean? But we have God. God is always with us. So I wasn't terrified. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. And it comes to a point where it's like, you tell it to get out, it gets out. You say get out, get out. You know what I mean? Let it know it's not welcome here. Boom, it's gone. So in my experience, that's how it's always worked out. Now, for others, I don't know so much, but for me, that's always how it's been, and that's how I'm gonna keep it. Now, sit it down right here, baby. Sit it down. Now, something that I'm getting into the more serious stuff. There was a night where I don't remember if I was pregnant or not, because Ashton was a year when I got pregnant with Kier. I remember Keon telling me that he had woken up in the middle of the night and Ashton was in the closet. Ashton was in the closet screaming and banging on the door, and I'm like, how would I not remember that? I honestly would remember that. You know what I'm saying? Because that sounds scary as fuck. Like, I am a heavy sleeper, but I feel like if I hear my son screaming, you know what I'm saying? Or if I hear him banging, I hear some kind of banging. Like, no. I'm almost dead ass positive that I would hear that. You know what I mean? And then I would wake up. But according to Keon, that's not the case, right? So that freaked me out because he said it was literally in the middle of the night. He was knocked the fuck out. I was knocked out. And then all of a sudden, you know, just he woke up and Ashton was in the closet. Ashton was screaming. Ashton was crying. Ashton was hysterical, you know, and I felt really, really bad because if that would, like, I didn't see that happen. Like, so I can only take his word on it. You know what I mean? And like asking Ashton about it, I honestly don't, like, Ashton didn't understand. He just didn't understand what I was asking him, you know, like, what happened? Who told you to go in the closet? Like, you know, because in all reality, my son isn't going to just go in the closet by himself. Like, unless we're awake, unless, you know, we're doing something, we have the door open, like, I don't know, but Ashton doesn't just go into the closet. So I don't, in my opinion, I think either something dragged him in there or something told him, you know, hey, come here, come in here or something, you know, and I don't know why he was awake because it was literally the middle of the night. I don't know why my son would be awake. I don't know why he would be out of bed. I don't know why. There's just so many questions that I have in regards to that, but Keon was dead ass, and I don't know what Keon would get out of lying to me about something like that because I take that very seriously. I really do. That is very scary. That is very dangerous. That is very frightening on every level to just think that something could lure your child into the closet or lure your child out the front door or to get your child to do things that they don't understand. They're just listening and following instructions, you know, like that is what freaks me out about that. So I was very, very upset. I was hysterical, you know, and I just didn't know what the fuck to do, but it was on my mind and I kind of just, I don't know, dude, I can't even explain. You would have to be there. You would have to feel it. So aside of that, there was a night when I remember, I told you guys when that happened with Ashton, I don't remember if I was pregnant or not. So I honestly don't know, but I know for sure what I'm about to tell you right now. I was pregnant with Kier and I was probably maybe 5 or 6 months because I was already showing. I was sleeping a lot. Like I was, you know, pretty far along in my pregnancy with Kier already. So, Keon is a night owl. He's a gamer. He loves to be up all night playing games while we're sleeping, you know, he has 2 different Xboxes and all the Call of Duty shit and whatever. I don't know. I'm not a gamer. I don't like video games and stuff. The one that I would fuck with the most was probably like Super Mario, like original Super Mario, like regular Nintendo, or Mario 64, or like Crash Bandicoot. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I really don't play video games. So I don't judge anybody who does. Don't take it like that. I think my tone is saying otherwise, but I'm thinking about so many different things right now, so don't pay attention to that, okay? I love that he has a hobby, and I love that he likes that, okay? But I'm just giving you guys some like background, okay? So he loves to be up, he loves to play his video games, he loves to do all of that stuff and everything, right? So not me, I'll be asleep. Well, this night in particular, he was on his laptop watching YouTube videos. I don't know about what. But I remember we were like knocked out, like KO. We went to sleep. I've never slept so good in my life than when I was pregnant, because I was so freaking tired and like all I could do was sleep. So it was the best sleep of my life. I was so rested because the baby will force you to sleep. Okay. So anyways, whenever we'd go to bed, we sleep in complete darkness. Yeah. So some people have night lights. No, we don't have night lights. I can't sleep with the light on. Ashton doesn't go to sleep with the light on. Like, as long as I'm choking on powder. So as long as the lights on, the boys think that it's time to be up. So I literally have to have everything off. It literally has to just be off. Okay. So this night, like I said, Keon had been watching YouTube videos, and they were on his laptop, and I don't know what he set it on. It was like in front of the bed though, like at our feet, and it was like on a little fold up, you know, maybe TV dinner stand or something like that, but it was in front of the bed. Don't play with those lights, okay? So when I tell you this scared the fuck out of me, dude, like it's not even funny. Out of nowhere, I swear it had to be like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It was literally in the middle of the fucking night, but we had went to sleep and we woke up to his laptop blaring whatever the fuck whatever he was watching or whatever was on his laptop previously. But some man just started talking in this YouTube video out of nowhere. I mean, his laptop is closed. Bitch, his laptop is closed. Like my laptop, just like this. This is what it looked like. Okay, it was just like this, sitting on the freaking table at the edge of our bed. Yeah, so it starts playing. It literally just starts playing. It's just like, you know, talking about whatever the hell it was saying in the video. And I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, oh my God, somebody's in our room talking. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I'm freaking out because I hear just this loud ass voice out of nowhere, like at the top volume, as loud as it could be, you know? And I jump up because that scared the shit out of me. And I want to know who the hell is in our room in the middle of the night trying to talk to us and wake us up, you know? And then it ended up being his laptop. So I'm like, okay. His laptop is closed. Like, it's closed. Never in my life have I ever experienced a closed laptop that is off, shut down, like sleep. You know what I'm saying? It just start talking and it's playing a video. Like, as for the way that I know laptops to work is you open it, you unlock it, you turn it on, you do whatever, you click the video and you press play. And then you start hearing music, noise, sound, whatever. So it completely blew my mind that this was happening. Like, oh my God, he literally had to open his laptop, unlock his laptop, stop the video, and then shut the whole motherfucking thing down. Like, for it to stop talking, for it to stop the video, you know? And like, that was a lot for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that was a freaking lot for me. Hey, stop. I did not like that at all. I didn't like that, not one bit. Like, that was probably one of the first, like, holy shit, like, this is okay, this is really happening. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Bumps in the night is one thing, sitting here, you know, thinking you hear and see stuff is another, but then to blatantly just know, like, okay, we were woken up and he is literally sitting here turning everything off because it turned on by itself. So I was like, okay, this is no, 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 baby, no. Okay, so I was pregnant. I sat there for a minute just like, I can't believe this is happening. I really can't believe this is happening right now. So we went back to sleep. I kind of laid in the dark, freaked out, not wanting to go back to bed, you know what I mean? Because how could you? Like, you know, maybe some people are like, ah, it's not a big deal. But to me, it was a big deal. I was scared. And, you know, besides everything else that was going on, you know, that was just kind of like another thing to add to the pile, okay? So, like, knowing Ashton was in the closet screaming and trapped and whatever, you know, and then turning around and like now his laptop's turning on by itself automatically and everything, like that was just like, okay, I'm really not, like, I'm really having a hard time right now. So then I want a little pink today. So then what happens next? Yeah, so we took the doors off of the closet so that way we didn't have to worry about Ashton going in there again or, you know, anything like that happening. That was definitely something I wasn't ready for. So anyways, so besides that, then things started to kind of escalate after that. Ashton started to point and say black, right? So that probably was maybe one of the most uncomfortable times that I've had in my life because, you know, like, I believe my son, you know, and he knows his colors, he knows his numbers, he knows the alphabet. He's a very smart boy. So when he sits here and is telling me that he sees something black and he's pointing where it's at, he's, you know, being very specific, then I don't feel like I have any reason not to believe him, you know? What I really think happened is at first it was like little minor stuff, right? It wasn't anything crazy. So there was, I kind of debated talking about this because I absolutely love her. I don't wish anything bad on her. I never have. I doubt that I ever will because I don't do that. But anyways, one of my best friends decided that she didn't want to be best friends anymore. And she blamed it on me, which is fine because, okay, you know, like, we can sit here and I can literally make a whole video and explain to you exactly what happened, what went down, what was said, and you guys can decide for yourself, obviously, but I know for a fact that there was no reason on my behalf to not want to be her friend other than what she was going through. Her and I had been best friends for, I want to say, maybe 5 to 7 years. I can't remember the exact time frame. Leave him alone. I can't remember the exact time frame, but her and I had been friends heavy for years, right? And I met her at a job at a call center, and, you know, we hit it off, and we had been friends ever since, right? So the thing that threw me was she has always wanted to be in a relationship, and she finally got one, and it turned out to be an abusive relationship. He was the most horrendous man that I have ever encountered in my motherfucking life, okay? Like, I still don't even know how these people exist, but that's neither here nor there, right? So, anyways, she fell in love. She saw the red flags. She ignored them because she wanted to be in love. She wanted to be in a relationship, and, you know, who can blame her? So she sat here, and every time he would do something to her, she would call me. You know, she'd call me and be like, hey, oh my God, like, something just happened. Like, I really need to talk. I really need a friend. Like, I really need you. And I'm the friend that doesn't judge you. Like, I'm not judgmental at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything that I have as far as opinion about what you're telling me, like, yes, your feelings are absolutely valid. Yes, you are able to experience and feel and do whatever the fuck you please because it is your life and you deal with it at the end of the day. But as a friend, I'm going to tell you, just if that's really a good decision or not. And usually it's not. Usually it's not. So I don't know. But once again, that's besides the point. So anyway, so whenever this man would do horrible things to her is when she would start calling me and want to come by to see me, to hang out, to do whatever she needed to feel better, right? And of course, as her friend, I'm here for you. Yeah, come over. Like, let's talk. Let's, you know, I'd love to see you. The boys would love to see you. Like, let's smoke a, you know, and then see how you feel afterwards, right? So this went on for, you know, the first couple times. I'm like, all right, they're having problems, you know what I mean? It is what it is. There's no relationship in this world that is perfect. So, you know, things are bound to happen at one point or another. But the things he was doing to her, the things he was saying to her, the way that he was treating her, and the things that would come about whenever they started to have their problems, it was getting dangerous. Like, it was literally getting dangerous. And my biggest problem was like, dude, you're in danger. This man is literally trying to do more than just hurt you. Like, at this point, I feel like he's trying to freaking kill you. And that's scary. Smokey. Smokey, like, bloody Smokey. Ashton started to, like, you know, point stuff out and say, you know, black, and, you know, this pretty much letting us know that there was somebody there that he saw that was that color. So I was like, okay, you know, the first time he did it, obviously I was really like, oh my God, this is so awkward. Like, it really freaked me out. But then, you know, after a little bit, I'm just like, okay, well, like I mentioned before, is it obviously is somebody or something that's not trying to harm him, that's not trying to get him to do things he shouldn't be doing, etc. Right? The whole reason I had brought up my friend and her and, you know, all that stuff, the reason I was saying that. Now, I think what happened is whatever evil was going on in his life, in his world, whatever he was doing and entertaining in the dark, I think he was taking it out on her. After he took it out on her, she would come running to me because we are where God resides. And she needed to get rid of that evil feeling of whatever was clinging to her, I think, you know? So I feel like, you know, for an example, like he was doing his little thing in the dark. Whatever was in the dark stuck to him. He went to her. It transferred to her, or it clung to her too. And then she's calling me like, ah, you know, and then she's coming over to my house. And she's telling me all this stuff that's going on. She's crying. She's, you know, giving me all of this energy that she's holding on to. And then she feels better. She, you know, she's coming to me to try to, you know, feel better and get some help and whatever, and try to just get rid of whatever she's feeling, right? So after she's done here and she feels better, then she leaves. And then I'm left with whatever energy is residing that she had brought over, right? So I didn't really notice anything up until after she started doing that. Then it was like, okay, that's where huge waves of negative energy would come through here. Me and my dude would start fighting. Truly think was happening was that she was sitting here bringing me this bad energy, leaving it here in my house because she came to visit me and there wasn't really anywhere for it to go other than just here, right? Because she brought it here. So I think that she was transferring whatever evil, negative, dark shit was going on over there in his life, her life, their life, the background, the darkness, all that shit. So then, like I said, she'd come over here and then she'd leave it here. So that's when I started to notice there was things, you know, like starting to happen more often. There was more noises. There was more things that were kind of like moving around. There was more stuff that was like, I don't know, just out of place, and just, you know, I could feel things. And I remember washing my face, and like in the corner of my eye, I could literally see like a black figure, like somebody was standing there, but there was nobody there. I knew there was nobody in the house with me. I knew it was just me and the kids. I knew that there was nobody that could possibly be in the house with me. And like I had just walked into the kitchen, and I had just, you know, because the sink is higher, so it's not so strenuous on my back than in the bathroom. So, you know, I was in the kitchen washing my face and leaning forward, and then here we go, like I'm feeling somebody watching me, and it was really awkward, really uncomfortable, and really nerve-wracking, right? So I started praying. I literally started praying, you know, and just like, Lord, I know something's not right. I could see it, I could feel it. I'm so nervous. Like, it freaked me out because normally I can't see anything, you know, but I dead ass could see this thing. So I'm gonna match my shadow to my lips. So yeah, like it was really uncomfortable for me. It was really uncomfortable for me. And that's where I started to really pay attention to, like, you know, where is this coming from? What's happening? Why is it not necessarily getting more powerful, but why is it wanting to show up more? I guess, you know what I mean? Like, why? Why now? What's happening? What changed? Like, what is causing this? So it just started to bring about a whole lot of questions, right? So I started to think about it, and then I realized that the only negative outlet or entryway that I have in my life was my friend. So our relationship had turned into, she no longer hung out with me. She no longer called me just to say hi. Like, she literally would only call me when he started to fuck her up and like things were going really badly, and she needed somebody who wasn't gonna judge her, who wasn't gonna turn her away, who was gonna sit there and listen. Because yeah, like, as your friend, you know that you're fucking up. You know you shouldn't be in this relationship. Like, my job is to remind you of the bad bitch that you are, and the fact that you don't need to give your life up and everything that you stand for just so you can say that you have somebody. You know what I mean? Like, that's not who God has set up for you. And she would like her and I literally got into like an argument because she did not want to believe that even though she went about it correctly, she still got a negative end result, you know? And some people just want to believe what they want to believe. Some people don't want to hear the truth because then they're going to have to act accordingly. And some people don't want to do that. So at the end of the day, I told her, look, I love you, but our relationship isn't a friendship anymore. You know, like, now I feel like you only run to me when you need something. You only come to me because you're hurting. You're only coming and seeking me out because you don't have anyone else to run to. You know what I mean? Everyone else knows your situation and is looking at you and holding you accountable. And me, I know that you're an adult and you're able to make your own decisions. So if this is how you want to spend your days, your nights, your life, then that is completely your decision, and you have to live with that. I don't. So at the end of the day, you know, she got to fucking go back to him, not me. So I left it at that, right? But it still hurt me to have to feel that way. You know what I mean? I would never want to just not, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But regardless, you're grown. You can make your decisions. You can live your life exactly how you want to. But when it involves me, when it involves my children, when it involves our safety, our peace, our everything, you know, including our home, because this is where she was bringing that shit. Like, I don't know. It changes things. So I told her, next time all this stuff happens, then, you know, we need to meet in a park. We need to meet somewhere other than my house, because I don't want that here anymore. I don't want to feel the energy. I don't want to feel, you know, any of that stuff. You clearly don't want to give him up, regardless of the things that he's done to hurt you. You're choosing to stay with him and stand by him, so that is your decision. But we're not going to be doing that shit in my house anymore, you know? And that's pretty much what it came down to. I had to tell her, like, as much as I love you, you're not wanting to do better. You don't want to give him up. You don't want a better life. You sit here and call me all the time and you complain about how he hurts you, but you don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to leave. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, if you can't call me to say, you know, hey, how are you doing? Or we can talk about, you know, something positive, or we can talk about something other than that. You know what I mean? I would love that, but that's not what our relationship was anymore. Like, she literally made it about her and him, you know? So the only time she needed me and wanted to be my friend was if it had to do with him and she needed somebody to talk to. That was the only time I would see her, the only time I'd hear from her, and everything. Like, I had given her money for his birthday so they can, you know, spend the birthday together and blah, 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 all that shit. And, you know, I didn't mind. She was going to pay me back and stuff. But, like, when my birthday came around, she literally didn't come to my birthday dinner, obviously, because he wasn't welcome. And so she didn't come to my birthday dinner. She had gone to my house to drop off the money that she had owed me, you know, for his birthday. But, like, months later, it was like 2 months later, but, like, she didn't even wait to give me a hug for my birthday, because it was literally that night. Like, I was in the car headed home and she's like, hey, how long is it going to take you to get here? I was like, it's probably going to take me maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but, like, we're in the car, we're on our way, we'll be there. And she literally lives not even 5 minutes away from my house. So I'm like, I'm on my way. I'll be there in a minute. Like, just give me a second. You know what I mean? I would love to see you. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. I haven't seen you in X amount of time. You know, because when they're together, like, I always knew when she was with him, because she wouldn't text me, she wouldn't call me, she wouldn't try to see me, she wouldn't try to see us. Like, she literally wouldn't have anything to do with me up until the moment he started to fuck up. Then she would be like, oh my god, hey. Or she'd, like, you know what I mean? And, like, that shit was so fucking annoying. Like, I'm sorry, but that was bullshit. And I'm like, bro, I always answer my phone. I'm always here for you if you need me. I'm always available. Like, I've always let you come over. I've always let you cry to me, even if it's the 50th fucking time that you cried about the same stupid motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. I was really, really upset, though, that she couldn't just wait to see me. She couldn't wait and give me, like, a hug. She couldn't, nothing. Like, she literally was like, okay, well, I left the money under your doormat, and, like, you know, I'll see you later. I hope you had a great birthday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, not only did you not come to my dinner, but, like, seriously, like, you're just gonna leave the money at my house and I'm almost there, and you're not gonna give me a hug, you're not gonna wait to see me, like, you know. So it really just rubbed me the wrong way. So her and I didn't stay friends. So it is what it is. I'm over it. Like, I'm literally over it. But I know my worth in any relationship that I'm in, and I'm not about to just let anybody just treat me any type of way and get away with it. So I told her I wasn't okay with it. I told her we needed to figure out what the hell we were gonna do. If we're gonna be friends, then let's be friends, and let's, like, really actually be friends, though. Like, and I remember the first time she called me after her and I stopped really, like, talking and doing stuff, you know, because she chose him, obviously. So she called me and she's like, oh, I didn't want anything. And, like, it was literally just the most awkward phone call of my life, because normally she's calling me to tell me something negative. She's calling to complain about living with her mom, you know. She's calling to complain about, like, this guy. She's calling to complain about something. Like, it's always negative. So for her to just call me and just be like, hey, like, I want to say hi, and, like, I wasn't calling for nothing, I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I honestly did not know what to do, and, like, it was just really fucking awkward. And I was at work, so I was just kind of like, okay, well, like, I love you, thank you for calling me, but I'm gonna have to, like, call you back when I get a minute, because I'm on a forklift and I'm super busy right now. And, you know, usually you call me, and if I'm on a forklift, I'm just listening to you go on about whatever you called to tell me. But, like, now to try to sit here and just have, like, a full-blown conversation and catch up, like, no, I'm on a forklift and I got stuff to do right now, so I don't really, like, I don't have the time at the moment. But I don't know. So anyways, so I think that she was bringing these evil spirits, energies, things to my house, And then, you know, it was sitting here with us, and then we were kind of like feeling the repercussions of that. What I wanted to tell you guys about was the other day. So what really got me, and the reason why I really was finally like, let me sit down and tell you guys this story. So the other day, I was running the boys a bath, right? So normally, I'm at work all night. So if I'm giving them a bath, I'm giving them a bath like during the day when I'm home, right? So, let me spray my face one more time. So this day in particular, my man was home, but he was in the room and he was doing, I don't know, whatever he was doing. But I was in our second, like the public bathroom, like the bathroom that's in the hallway for everybody to use. I was in that bathroom because that has the bathtub. Our shower that's in our room in the master bedroom, that one's just like a stand-up shower, right? So I go into the other bathroom and I'm, you know, sitting here running the water and doing everything, putting the bubbles, doing all the stuff that I would normally do for when they're going to get in the bath, right? So, I literally was just kneeling down. I was kneeling down and the boys were, you know, already getting ready to get in. Like, Ashton was taking his pull-up off. I was getting the baby's diaper off. I was doing everything, you know, getting ready for them to literally get into the actual water, right? So, the moment that I'm about to, like, put them into the water, I hear someone say something to me, you know? And, like, it's a man's voice. And obviously, I think it's my dude, right? So I'm like, I don't know. He said something about them getting into the bath. I know that for sure. He said something about them getting into the bathtub, but I don't remember what. And I don't know. It kind of was like, I was in the bath, you know, like it wasn't as clear as like you hear me say it now, but it sounded like somebody walked by the bathroom door, but like said something bathtub, you know, and I'm like, okay, but I'm thinking that it's their dad walking by, because every time I put them in the bath, you know, he always like says something about them being in the bath, like, you know, like, oh, you guys gonna take a bath, huh? Or like, you know, just whatever you would say to children. So I'm thinking it's him, but like it sounded almost like, I feel like I want to say it sounded almost like a question, or like it was something that warranted a response, right? So I'm like getting annoyed because I'm like, so you're gonna say something to me, or you're just gonna keep walking, like you're not gonna wait to hear what I have to say, or like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I was literally annoyed. I was really angry that he had just kept walking and wasn't trying to like have that conversation with me. Like, whatever you're gonna say to me, like, wait for me to respond. Like, don't wait for me to respond. Don't just keep fucking walking, right? That's pretty much like the whole point that I'm trying to make, is I got upset because he just kept walking and didn't stop and say anything to me. So I get up from on the floor, you know, with the water and stuff in front of the bathtub. I get off the floor and I'm literally in the hallway now. So as I'm sitting here, you know, I'm literally like standing in the hallway looking like, so where did you go? Like, you know, you're really gonna just say something to me and keep walking, you know? And so like now I'm like being confrontational and I'm like going after him to look for like a fight. Like, why are you just walking by? Like, it's not that serious. I'm sorry. I know it's not. Like, hearing me say it out loud, like, it's stupid. But I was seriously like, that annoys me. You know what I'm saying? Don't start talking to me and then like when I'm ready to say something back to you, or I want to know what you said to me, so you can have whatever conversation is necessary, you know? Like, I really need you to like be present. So anyway, so he's not in the hallway. He's not in the hallway at all. And I realize that. So then I start going into the room to be like, you know, ask him like, hey, like, what the fuck did you say? You know, like, you just walked off. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't say anything to you. I didn't walk. What? And he's looking at me like he's really confused. And it took a minute for me to really like register, because I was so annoyed with him. And I'm thinking, okay, like, I gotta hurry up and go back into the the bathroom because the water is still running. The boys are in there. And, you know, like I'm literally in the middle of something. But besides being in the middle of something, like, why are you walking away when I'm trying to, you know, hear what you said to me? And he reiterates, like, babe, I have been in here. And I mean, like, all the way in the room, all the way in the room, all the way in the back of our fucking room. And he's like, you know, building stuff and doing stuff, but he's dead ass, like, telling me, like, I have not moved from my position right here in the room. Like, I've been in this room, I've sat in this room, I've stayed in this room. I did not walk by and say anything to you at all. Like, babe, I assure you. He's like, I assure you on every level, like, I did not say anything to you. So I'm standing there just stunned. Like, I heard somebody talk to me. I heard somebody say something to me. I dead ass heard something because I got up and walked into the freaking hallway. Like, I went looking for whoever's voice I had heard to see what they wanted. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting here looking at him like, so you mean to tell me that I heard a man speak to me in my home, in the bathroom, right now, and it wasn't you? And, you know, he's like, then he started to realize what I was saying to him. And he's like, oh shit, you know? And then he gets up and he goes and he starts checking the house and trying to see, you know, who, if anybody's in here or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But now he's registering that I was speaking to somebody in our house and I don't know who it was, and neither does he. And we're just completely confused, right? So after I tell him that, I'm standing there and he's walking through the house, looking around, you know, trying to see, you know, if there's anybody in here, opening the doors, checking the kitchen, whatever and stuff. And then he comes back to me and he's like, there's nobody in here, babe. There's nobody in here, and like whatever. So, you know, by this time I had already went and turned off the water for the boys and stuff. You know, it wasn't overflowing. Like, I didn't forget about them. So then I'm standing there and I'm just looking at him because I don't know what to do at this point. I'm literally like, babe, like, and I burst into tears. I was literally crying my fucking eyes. I probably cried for maybe like a solid 5 minutes straight, which is a really fucking long time. Okay. Like, I was just stunned. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't say or do anything. I literally was just in freaking shock. Like, I'm hearing voices. I am hearing somebody talking to me, and I heard them say something about the boys getting into the bath. But if it wasn't their dad, then who the fuck is it? Who is talking to me? Who is saying things to me in my house? Who is, you know, like, oh my God, dude, you guys, I wish you guys could have been right there in that moment with me, because when I reflect back on it, I get so fucking uncomfortable, and like, it's scary. It seriously scares me, because like I said at the beginning of this video, like, it literally made me question reality. It made me question myself, my sanity, my everything, because, you know, you tell people you're hearing voices, everybody's gonna be like, okay, you need to be locked up, you know? And to an extent, like, I can agree to that. Like, you know, some of the shit that people say, or, you know, things that come out of people's mouth, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, they should not, like, they should not be in public. They shouldn't be walking around, you know, like other people, and just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But you guys, it really freaked me out, and it really made me wonder what the fuck was really going on in that moment, in my house, in my home, and in everything that I love. Like, I wasn't ready for that, and I've never experienced anything like that. And the fact that I told Keon, and Keon, you know, he checked the house, he made sure everything was cool and everything, but he also made it very, very clear that it was not him. He didn't speak to me, he didn't say nothing to me, he didn't bother me, he wasn't, you know, in the vicinity at all for anything that I was describing to have come from him. So that was where the biggest issue came in for me, because now, I mean, shit, I'm hearing voices. What comes next? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens next? What comes after that? After you hear the voices, after you fucking hear the things that you've been hearing, or, you know, seeing things. Like, what happens next? Is somebody gonna pop out in the dark? Like, is somebody gonna be, you know, like standing by our bed in the middle of the night and shit, like just watching us sleep? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things like that that I have questions about, because it's like, it's a serious inquiry for me at this point. So I don't know, you guys. I'm literally about to blow dry my hair, and then I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so I just blow dried my hair and I am ready to flat iron. I gotta get my life together, because girl, But yeah, so at this moment I'm just kind of waiting to see what's gonna happen, how things are gonna play out. Alright, you guys, so I just made some lunch right now. I'm gonna take it to dinner. I gotta get ready for work. I'm like, this day is so much longer than it should be, and I'm not here for it. I'm not. But anyway, so yeah, that's just some of the scary shit that's been happening. So I'll keep you guys posted and let you guys know if anything else happens. Obviously, I hope not. At the beginning of this video, if you guys had paid attention or noticed, there was, I guess I'd have to show you what I mean. At the beginning of this video, I was trying to like talk to you guys, and it was not focused on my face. It was focused at something that was right here over my shoulder, like by the door. And so up until I was like, wait, get out, like get out, blah, 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 you know, then it finally, I went like this, and then it like, it went back to normal. Now it's been like focused on me the entire time. So I have like a little autofocus square that's like on me while I'm filming. So that's what I'm referring to, if you like didn't pick up on that. I don't know if I said that before, so sorry, but yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to keep you guys posted. I got to get ready for work and stuff, so we're going to just kind of leave it where we left off. That was literally the most recent thing. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if there's other scary shit that's happened to you guys, or what. If you guys can like relate, let me know what I can do. I've heard about sage and whatnot and all that stuff, but I feel like it just kind of agitated whatever was here. So I need another method. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I've missed you. I hope that like my new setup and everything kind of gives me what I need so I can keep going, because things have been really, really difficult for me lately, and that's in a different video where I'll update you guys as far as like what's going on with me. So today was just about the creepy shit that I've been telling you guys I was gonna let you guys know, give you story time. So yeah, it hasn't been fun. So I'm looking for a house. We're gonna be fucking moving. I am getting a house, okay? We are leaving, and I don't know, but thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button down below. Give this video a like, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know about your guys' creepy little stuff. I like to know about stuff like that. I watch creepy shit all the time, so maybe that's why I'm going through it, but we're not gonna talk about that. So love you guys. Catch you in my next video.